Mike, you got the
Don,
tape there?
it is draft day. What is the most exciting outcome you could get from the first couple of days of the draft here? If you were to honestly call it, prediction, do you think one of the New York teams will make a move tonight?
I think the Jets will make a move.
Just want to recap, get your final thoughts on the season, where this organization is right now. How do you feel about this year overall and what the Jets have in front of them?
I mean, I think this is the bottom, right? So now it's nowhere but up from here.
Every team has a story.
So, Mike?
And this is the beginning of ours.
With the draft capital, 9 picks in the first 5 rounds, 4 in the top 40, 2 in the top 10, with $60.9 million under the cap right now, and that number will probably grow. You have an opportunity to make a major leap next year.
All right, guys, good morning.
In the NFL, only one thing matters: winning. And the path starts here.
A lot of kids in this life dream of playing professional football.
Inside the walls. In every meeting. The goal is the same.
Every decision that we make is driven by putting together a championship caliber roster.
Do you feel that we are tough enough mentality-wise? What's going to win us football games more than any other position? Does a game-changing corner do that for us too? I'd argue, sure, absolutely.
What does it take to build an NFL team?
There's so much preparation that goes into it, for the last year. And we knew we had this volume of picks.
You got to really find the guys that love this game.
How far would you go
Everybody want to go to heaven
to reach new heights?
but nobody wants to die.
When you get into a building, the main goal is to be the best you can be on Sundays and putting in all that work Monday through Saturday. And so, the ups and downs are going to be real.
Because of the work we put in, now is the time for us to shine and go out and select the players that we feel that's going to help us win.
You guys going to take care of Mommy while I'm gone? There's that excitement knowing that a certain player, just a few months from now is going to be a big part of our program.
This is Flight 2022.
Sauce Gardner.
Garrett Wilson.
Jermaine Johnson.
What is the dream scenario?
I think this is about as good a draft as I've ever seen.
Being in any coach's chair, any player's chair, his chair, it's pressure every day.
Yes. Sauce, baby.
We have a plan in place. The fundamentals of our plan, they don't change. Tough times make you stronger. You need adversity in your life. It can't all be easy. For us, it's about looking forward and doing everything we can to build a roster and a locker room full of guys that want to win, know how to win. Mike Tomlin used to say that he's looking for volunteers, not hostages. And so looking for the type of people that want to be here, want to participate, want to play this game of football. And we're excited about the things that we've been able to do since we arrived last year and bringing in the characters that we seek and continuing to build off it. This Tampa game was pretty good. It was kind of him putting together his whole rookie season and in this particular throw here, just him standing in the pocket and making a really difficult, high difficulty throw over the hook linebacker and on a laser to where only his guy can catch it. It's the confidence to be able to stand in there, to let the ball rip, to be accurate with it. And you saw an extreme amount of growth from him in the second half of the year to be able to make those throws and going over self-scout and watching him all offseason along with the offensive coaches. There's really certain things that we're really excited about getting with him on. and he's excited about also in terms of furthering his development and taking the steps that we all know he needs to take to reach the pinnacle of this league. The 2021 class is pretty special. It's a really cool class, and I think they've all got a chance to be special in their own right. Whatever role that they're being asked to do, they're a special group of characters. They've got an understanding of themselves, and they have an internal drive that we believe makes or breaks these professional athletes. What was missing was kind of a combination of getting some veterans in here that have been around the ringer in terms of playoff appearances and winning football and going to Super Bowls. And you look at the free agent class that we were able to bring in with Whitehead, CJ, Conklin, Langston Tomlinson, bringing Solly in, DJ Reed. These guys have had numerous playoff appearances. All of them, most of them have been to a Super Bowl. And they all have what we seek in terms of that genuine love for football. They're, like I said, they're volunteers of the sport. They understand that we're playing a child's game at a king's ransom. And so seeking those types of players who we feel, like we said, they want to be part of New York, they want to be Jets, and they want to start their careers here and finish their careers here, and being the type of player that the fan base can be proud of to cheer for every single day. And that's I feel like we've done a really good job, and I feel like we've got a locker room that represents those types of players. And again, with this draft, we have an opportunity to add more to it, and we feel the more we add, the better it's going to get.
What's it going to take from everybody in this building for this team to reach new heights and take that next step and reach that next level that you guys want?
It's staying internally driven, staying focused on the moment, staying focused on being your personal best, not the best, but your best, and having that all gas, no brake mentality where we walk into the building every day knowing that we're going to find ways to get better. We are going to bed better than when we woke up, and continuing that mindset and continuing that drive. If everybody locks arms and has that commitment, we're going to get better and we're going to get to where we want to get to.
Under the leadership of a new head coach, the 2021 Jets experienced highs and lows while laying a foundation to build on.
Make no mistake here, hiring Robert Saleh is going to bring a culture change to the New York Jets in every way.
I believe in people having their heart in the right spot. I believe in people having humility. And I believe that if you have a great heart and you have humility, you'll do what's best for the organization and not what's best for your ego.
You know, he's a good athlete, but there's a lot of good athletes, but you got to be able to be a good athlete out of the pocket and still make throws and be accurate.
With breaking news, NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reporting a trade between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Jets.
That's right. Sam Darnold, the Jets starting quarterback for the last several years, is now headed to the Carolina Panthers.
Ultimately, the amount of work that our coaching staff's put into this draft class, the amount of work that our scouts have put into this draft class, we feel good about the type of person we're going to be able to bring in.
Yeah, this is my favorite player in the draft. I mean, just love this kid as a player and as a person. He's 5'07", so he's a little on the shorter side, but he's stout.
He's an absolute skilled rusher. He understands pass rush, at just a different level.
Yeah, man, but all glory to God. That's all I got to say. And I really appreciate the organization for having me, and, let's build a winning culture.
It's a blessing, like I said, to be here and give them everything I got.
Being able to come here and help establish something, build something from the ground up with a great man like that, and I couldn't pass up the opportunity.
The New York Jets select Zach Wilson.
The Jets have just moved in on the 14th overall pick. They're on the clock.
The New York Jets select Elijah Vera Tucker.
The New York Jets select Elijah Moore, wide receiver, Ole Miss.
That's right, go! Hey, let's go!
Year one, they can be difficult, and they can be even more difficult when they're young, or young year.
Kind of hit a stride there mid-season where you could just see guys getting better.
I think these guys bought into Saleh's message really well. I thought they did a great job, played their butts off every week.
So excited about taking the players that we currently have and taking them to a whole nother place, which I think we can. And then adding guys, so we got to attack every portion of this offseason.
Anytime you go into a draft with 4 picks in the top 40, what an opportunity that we have to really impact our team. You know, there's a lot of teams in the NFL that don't value draft picks or don't put as much emphasis on it, or perhaps don't have the collateral that we have. That kind of flexibility is something that Joe Douglas has talked about a lot. You combine that with the cap space and the money that we have available in free agency, and I mean, you know, everything has really been pointing towards this offseason in 2022.
Got a lot of assets to work with. We got the draft picks, we got the free agency. You got to hit on those. Those draft picks don't mean anything if we don't not only draft the right people, but also develop them into our schemes and develop them as players.
Those young guys have a year of experience now. They come in, you're going to have, like I said, add a bunch of new pieces.
To take this group and to take these players and to really help build a championship here, like that's the ultimate in this sport.
This fan base, they're hungry for one, and we're hungry too as well. We want to flip this thing as much as anybody, but we want to do it the right way, and but we need to do it with urgency. This league doesn't wait for anybody.
Bridging the gap to a contender doesn't happen overnight. For the Jets, the task comes in the shadows of the largest media market in the world.
Adam Schefter, Daniel Jeremiah, Colin Wolfe, Todd McShay, Charles Davis, Flight 2022.
Well, I think everything in New York is just bigger.
I think it's just different, you know? There's nothing like New York.
The Big Apple. City's so nice, they named it twice.
The lights are so bright.
You already feel a little bit of pressure?
Well, pressure just makes you go all the more. I kind of like pressure a little bit.
There are more reporters, there are more media outlets, there are more headlines, there's more attention, there's more criticism, there's more noise, there's more everything.
And now Brett Favre is a New York Jet in one of the most historic trades in National Football League history.
There's so many different things swirling, but each has its own orbit, and each is still oversized compared to a lot of places.
You play to win the game.
There is nothing that can go under the radar. No one misses anything. There are so many eyes to watch.
And you believe you can conquer anything.
Because everybody wants to consume this product of sports.
Let's make sure we play like the New York Jets and not some slap team.
Whether it's something great, it gets magnified. If it's something that's not so great, it gets magnified. It's just bigger.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
And if you're in New York, you're going to hear about it, good or bad.
I feel like they are headed in the right direction. They're all pulling on the same end of the rope, and what they have in front of them now is an opportunity.
I think if you're a Jets fan, you can look and see foundational pieces in place. And I mean that, you know, not just on the field. I'm talking about with Joe and the personnel department. I'm talking about with Robert and this young, dynamic coaching staff.
This regime is different than the past. I love Robert Saleh. I love Joe Douglas.
Elijah.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, BT.
They both believe in the character of football players and building it the right way kind of within. And that was Joe's biggest emphasis, you know, as he was building this staff around him. I want people that I want to work with, that want to work with me, but that I, you know, that we'll jump through walls for each other.
It seems like these two have known each other and worked together forever. And I think what makes them so similar is their passion for the game in general. And you can see that with Robert Saleh when he's coaching on the sidelines. You can see his enthusiasm, and you know that Joe Douglas is the same exact way.
Robert Saleh is that kind of guy that's full of energy and enthusiasm, and his players love. And Joe Douglas has an eye for talent and has proven that he can find great players in free agency, the draft, whatever it may be.
And then you look at particularly the draft last year and all those key pieces that got put in place. I think that's a springboard for this organization. And now you've got a chance with this offseason to really kind of take that next step forward. And that's when you start seeing the results.
Let me just say this to you before you even ask me the question, okay? I grew up on Long Island. I grew up a Jets fan. To this day, I still have too many Jet fans as friends to count. I can't tell you how much a playoff win, a Super Bowl win, a championship, a parade would mean to them, because I hear about it all the time. There's not a fan base in the country that I know that it would mean more to.
I think that the way that Joe Douglas has approached this is special and unique, and he has set himself up for not only this upcoming season, but then the future as well.
They're in a great position to improve this roster. And so now they have to make that cap room and these picks count.
As the team embarks on a pivotal offseason, one of the top priorities is building around second-year quarterback Zach Wilson.
You know, New York is definitely the place. If you're going to go win some games and take off, you know, I don't think there's a better place to be. Once we start winning those games, it's going to be really exciting. Zach Wilson, Flight 2022.
Is this young man the savior that the Jets organization and their fans have been searching for since Broadway Joe Namath?
I think we saw the learning curve for Zach Wilson, and he had some tough moments, no doubt about it.
Downfield, fires one over the middle into traffic, it's tipped, batted around, it's going to be intercepted by New England.
What did you say to Zach after the game?
You know, just to believe in himself and to shake this one off there. And I promise you, it's not going to be the hardest game he's ever played. So he's got to pick himself up and just get ready for the next one.
But you could see the confidence begin to build.
I mean, look, let's be honest. There's so much that is riding on him, and he showed some very encouraging things, but he needs to show more.
Zach Wilson is hurt. Zach Wilson was hit back behind the line. He is hurt.
Felt a pop in there, and just was obviously thinking of the worst scenario in my head, which sucks. It's obviously frustrating. Injuries are part of the game of football, so just dealing with them as we can and be able to come back.
Well, I like the way he finished. It would have been easy to kind of go in the tank. I think he showed some things.
Well, I think with young quarterbacks, you want to see some of those glimpses, right? Some of those flashes of greatness, and I think you saw that. You saw those in moments.
He's going to heave a bomb for Corey Davis. He's got it! That's a Jet touchdown!
Wilson stays in bounds. He's still going, and he's in. Touchdown!
This is where you begin to see how much it means to certain people, how dedicated they are, how much they're willing to devote to their craft, and whether or not they can make that next step.
I think I'm just starting to get a better grasp for the offense, and I thought Mike's done an amazing job, LaFleur, of just putting me in a good position to just feel comfortable with what's going on. I think that just is what happens when you just start to play more and get more reps. You just feel more comfortable. Just another game in the offense.
Slant back in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Elijah Moore. Rookie to rookie.
He's been getting better and better every single week, and you guys are seeing that. And just again, it's the eye test and how comfortable somebody is, particularly a young quarterback. And I think everyone can kind of see how much more comfortable and how much more free he's playing. And free doesn't mean just going around playing street ball. It means just running the offense, and when it's not there, making the best decision for the unit in that moment.
I just love the fact that he's not shaking at all. His confidence is, he's still I'm the guy, and the organization is behind him.
It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter how long it takes. I'm telling you, the kid stepped up. Yes, the kid stepped up. Where's two? Yes,
This is one of my favorite plays, kind of since I've been here. I'm kind of glancing Brax as he's kind of working his way across the field at first. If I feel like he flashes, he has a good look at at winning there, getting open, I can give it to him. Brax does a good job going outside of this backer, which essentially, opens up Keelan right behind him. Keelan presses at the corner, gives a little move up at the top, and, also with Braxton going right at the safety, it's going to open up that lane right behind it. I've always just felt like this was a play that I guess I kind of felt like I've had good feel for. Something early on that I definitely felt like, you needed the reps on. And then, this is all the way in the Tampa Bay game. I felt like at this point, I felt like I had a good amount of reps of this play that I felt comfortable with it. We go back and we watch, the rookie season, and most of the time you're sitting there thinking, what am I doing? But that's exactly part of the process, and that's expected. It's the same thing I was doing when I was a sophomore in college, and I was going back watching the freshman year. And so I just think it's exciting because you feel the growth, you see the strides you guys are taking every single week. Just with the more reps and more time together, we really think stuff can, figure it out. Houston was that first game, and it was still a rough game. I didn't think I played very well. And I think mentally, even in that game, I think I understood at least what I was supposed to be doing a lot better.
It's a quarterback keeper. He runs right, cuts it back to the left, dives for the goal line. He's in. That's a Jet touchdown.
I could make those corrections and be like, okay, that was my first time trying to now apply it out on the field after coming back from injury. With every single game, I feel like it slows down more. It's more reps of our plays, more reps of me seeing live defenses as well. And I think the cool thing is we're all kind of going through this process together. I really like that, I'm part of the brand new class. I got here the exact same time Coach Saleh did, and I think that's what makes it important. And then also all the other rookies that came in with me, it's like we're that first group. Here's the play. It looks like almost every single person's, running the exact same route. I'm holding onto the ball. This just looks like a sloppy play. And then you fast forward, you get down to Buffalo, last game of the year. We get to almost exact same look right here. You get Keelan in the slot, and you almost get to see the distribution now of what the play is supposed to look like. There's not a ton of space there, but he's able to beat his guy, win. And it just kind of shows you when everybody's working together, how good we can be. You see in Denver, I get sacked for a 10, 15-yard loss, whatever it is right there. And then last game of the year, here's the progress. We're able to take one, go 50 yards and score on 4th and 5. I would say Coach Saleh, he does a great job being, a player's coach. You can tell how much it means to him. You can see, the passion on his face. He wears it every single day. I feel like me and him have a great relationship. I'm able just to walk in his office and talk ball and talk about life or whatever, and you can really just see that he's passionate about what he's doing. And so I really don't think there's a better leader out there for us. There was a lot of times where we were stuck in, that drought of losing games, not putting up points, whatever it was, as a team. But I also feel like the energy was just different. Guys cared. Guys were wanting to improve. I felt like we were still fighting all the way until the very end to do our best, and because we knew, we're setting ourselves up for the future here to try and be better within the next year and years after that to come. I do feel like it is the perfect situation. The coaches that I landed with, the organization, the ownership, the GM that brought me here, and then the guys that I'm playing with every day on the field. I feel like, there's not a better situation out there for me. So I'm just excited to be able to kind of go through the whole process.
The process to taking off is twofold. Player development is step one, and adding difference makers to the roster is next. The road to the NFL draft kicked into another gear in January, with the Jets staff getting an up-close look at some of the top prospects in this year's class.
What up, what up, what up?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. You?
Come on in, fellas. Let's go.
Come on in.
Here we go.
All right, Bobby, we all in, man? All right, guys, good afternoon. Hey, really excited to be here with all you guys. This is a tremendous opportunity for all of you, all right, including the coaches. Your head coach is going to be Ron Middleton. Ron, raise your hand. See you, big Ron.
Hey-o.
All right, but regardless, guys, the opportunity that all of you have in front of you, your whole life is ahead of you now. And what you make of it from here on out, all right, is all about the opportunities that you earn and then how you act on those opportunities. It's a phenomenal time in your life because you get, like I said, you got your whole world at your fingertips. What you do with it is your decision. But with that said, Ron, you got it, brother.
All right, thank you, Coach. Thank you. Good evening, man. Good evening. Hey, congratulations. Okay, congratulations. What a great opportunity. What a great accomplishment that you guys are just to be here. This NFL thing, it ain't for everybody. And that's fine. It's a hard deal, man. It's hard. You grow up all your life, okay? That's the only thing you want to do, play in the NFL. It's hard. It ain't for everybody, and that's fine. That's fine. Give it your all, because you don't have to live with nobody but yourself. So, whenever one of the coaches say all gas, what are y'all gonna say? All gas! All gas!
It's easy for a prospect to come into a combine interview and tell you exactly what you want to hear and show you the face that he knows you want to see. To keep that face on for an entire week, every minute of the day, meetings, practice, locker room, the whole thing, that's pretty hard.
Just being able to see these guys when they do something good, when they do something bad, how they respond to that, with the look in their eye, it's huge, and it's, I think, the biggest asset even over the combine.
All right, good evening, guys. How y'all doing? Good, man. I'm really thankful to be here. Guys, this is a tremendous opportunity for everybody, and I mean this now. The one thing I'm going to encourage all of y'all, all right, is to really take focus and really pay attention to the one thing that you've got tremendous control over, and that's your identity. All right, what do you want with all 32 teams to know about you over the next 5 days? Let us know what you want us to know about you. Y'all good? All right, man.
Thanks, son. Thanks, sir.
Showtime.
For any prospect, your resume is what you put on tape. For the 110 invited to the Senior Bowl, the draft's premier All-Star game is the opportunity to show NFL teams they belong at the game's highest level.
All right, good luck, man. Go get him. Go get him.
Hey, let's go. Bring the juice now. Bring the juice back to back. Yo, have fun, man. Go ball. Go finish on that rock, man. Let's go, dog. Let's go. Get it loose. Get it loose. The linebackers better have the most damn juice out here. It always comes through us. Here we go now. Here we go. All guys. All guys now, baby. Let's go.
Hey, everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. You can't have one without the other.
I do think that having the access to the players as a coaching staff this year for the Jets is an enormous advantage.
The great ones can make that adjustment, okay? Just keep that in mind.
Good, get out of it. Get out of it, find it. Good, get on that ball, Arnold. Get on that ball. Let's get this work. Let's get this work. Bro, there you go.
You know, I think the guys that really are tough guys, being really physical and being fast down the field and making plays, that's the kind of guys I gravitate for, and that's who I watch for.
I have so much respect for what you guys have done, but until you get to the NFL, you just have no idea how it is. You're getting a taste of it. It's just the reality of it.
You having any fun yet?
Let's pick it up. Ready to go. Let's go. Pick it up. Let me see that speed. There you go.
We want pit bulls. We want guys that are going to find a way, and they're gonna do whatever it takes to win on Sunday.
I think the biggest thing nowadays, you got to really find the guys that love this game.
Not the thought of football, but actually loving this game and everything that it entails.
If we were playing this game for free, I'll still be playing.
Bobby Wagner, Fred Warner, C.J. Mosley, and they all went through this struggle, I promise you.
Drive inside. Good.
Hey, you had two good days. Nice.
He's made a name for himself.
He was just an impressive dude.
Well, I think it's really good to get to know him instead of just watching him on tape.
Like I could sit here and watch him all day. At the end of the day, what you do speak so loud, you don't have to say a word.
Like, that's exactly what we need.
If we're gonna do it big then.
Get out! Good, really good.
I see you, dog! I see ya!
And now it's just about, going through and watching every single player and making the right decisions, for our team.
The most important thing, I think, in terms of the draft and in scouting is that you know the player that you're drafting. You're not going to be able to get everybody you want, but make sure that we know the guys that we're getting.
We're going to find a guy in this group that's going to help us win a championship.
Hey, great week of work. Great week of work. Really appreciate it, okay? I think everybody got better. I think we got better as a team. All good! All right.
For an NFL scout, life on the road comes with the territory. The track to the draft will take many different turns, which makes stops at home even more valuable.
We good?
Yep.
All right. Head to Daddy's car. This time is awesome when I can get home. Me and my wife have always said, although I'm away so much, it makes the time at home even greater. Most people are coming home every night and seeing their kids. I only get to get home, once a week. Bryce in the back, he's 7. He's heading to soccer. He's into baseball right now. He's also a hockey player. And then Landon, our 10-year-old, he's a video gamer and a big-time hockey goalie. He's in the 4th grade now. And then my wife, Michelle, she kind of holds it all together. She's the leader of the house. So this is my 20th year in the league. I got my foot in the door working in the video department. I popped over to coaching for a year or two, doing quality control work. And then they just luckily happened to have an opening in the college scouting department. So kind of right place, right time on a few different occasions. I want lots of goals, bro. Hey, aggressive? You get the ball, go with it.
Wait, okay, so did you have UNC first today?
The UNC was this morning, and then that went till about 1 o'clock, and then we shot over to Duke.
NC State's tomorrow, right?
ECU's in the morning, and NC State's in the afternoon.
I can't keep up.
I told you I'll be home by dinner on Friday, probably.
Yeah, you were gonna take Bryce to baseball.
Brycer, I need a goal
All
out of
Jets scouts share the same goal: find the players that will help the team win a Super Bowl. The pursuit requires an immense sacrifice. Days upon days on the road, away from their families, in search of players that will lead the team to glory.
We live football in our house. They know, how important the Jets are to us.
He's a perfectionist, so trying to get every guy right and then come home and have to try to step right into family life and the routines.
And then once the combine's over, we're back on the road about, 5.5 days out. So we'll get home for a Saturday and head back out Sunday. It's pretty much different town every day this time of year.
Well, Ryan's looking at you. Yeah, get him, Ryan.
What am I trying to do with the ball?
So you're trying to not,
Am I gonna try? Oh, bad start for you. Oh, so they have the ball.
They have the ball.
And I just got to avoid it. Nope. Nope. Oh. You're up.
No, don't be a quitter, Jay.
I just won.
I know.
J-E-T-S, Jets!
Good job, dude.
Make it all the way to the goal.
You can go make 1 goal and then we gotta go because it's late.
You think I can make it all the way into
No. Told you. All right. How was practice today?
Good.
You have a lot of energy.
Who do you want the Jets to draft?
I don't really know who to draft, so I just don't want to draft a running back because I like Michael Carter. So I want to draft a safety because I am going to be a safety if I play football. I want them to pick someone who scores touchdowns because I want the Jets to win, and also each touchdown we get candy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then if we win, we get Victory Sundays.
That's right. You know, one of the things about this job is like we're always on call, we're always on the clock, and we're always working. But you know, you try to put your phone away, you try to put your computer away. You try to give them the time that they deserve.
Every minute matters, really, because he's not home as much, so we have to try to make the most of it.
What was your highest high today?
Probably finally getting to do my commercial and doing some acting.
You're acting at school?
Yeah.
What about you, B? Highest high?
Being the best player in soccer today.
Did you guys have a lowest low?
School.
What happened at school?
Nothing, just school.
Just school.
Oh. I hear you.
His lowest low is going to school.
Through the highest highs and the lowest lows that come with being an NFL scout, one constant remains: film, and lots of it.
The reports are really divided in half. So half of your report is all about the kid, and then the other half is the film part. Ideally, when you go into a school, you like to watch 3 to 4 games, but that's only a third of their season. So you have to spend time at home or on your hotel or on the weekends making sure that you don't miss anything. You know, we kind of grade each guy, you know, based on their value. And I think those top 10 picks, you got to get guys that can come in and contribute day one. And that's why it's important also to get the kid right. We got to find out how competitive is this kid? Is he going to be willing to come in, you know, come to New York and be an impact player day one? We want guys we can go to war with, guys that we can go battle with every Sunday. I always say it like, who do we want to go celebrate a Super Bowl championship with? Jermaine is, he fits like what we're looking for. He killed it at the Senior Bowl. That was huge for him. He runs well, he's really strong. He's a natural pass rusher. He's got the length to separate. He can bend a corner. And, you know, I was able to see him live against Notre Dame. This is another kid that he plays with a passion. We want guys that are simply motivated by football and playing football and being successful at football, because ultimately that's what we're trying to do. You know, we need to get inside these kids and, you know, figure out on Sunday, fourth quarter, we're down by 3, who's going to go push the ball over the goal line? You know, we have the lead late in the game. Who's gonna really make it a goal of theirs to end the game? We call them looking for closers. The nasty that he shows in every game, just like that extra push that he gets constantly on guys. Here he's like just looking for people to go hit. I think we've really done a good job of laying a foundation, and Joe and Robert have done an outstanding job of telling us what they are looking for. We're all on the same page. We know what's at stake. We know how much ammunition we have. Like I said, every draft's important, but to me, like the most important draft is this draft.
Big picture here, the Jets have 4 of the top 38 picks in the upcoming draft. But the bottom line is this: if you have 4 of the top 38 selections, you need to find 4 starters. You need to find 4 day one starters out of those picks if you want to turn this thing around.
They are armed with draft picks. They're in a great position to improve this roster.
That's the beauty of Joe Douglas, the way that he set this thing up. And I've seen Joe Douglas's work. I've seen it in action with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's done a really good job.
Well, you know, I'm a huge believer in Joe Douglas, and I just think his background with Ozzie in Baltimore, just knowing how to build an organization, so much of it is through the draft.
I think it's all built to this moment. You know, you wanted to go out there and, you know, try and identify the quarterback of the future. I feel like they did that with Zach. And then now it's about building up the support system around him. You've got all this money. You've got all these resources in the draft. This is the opportunity to strike, and you have flexibility. You should be in on any veteran that becomes available. They've got to call the Jets because the Jets have all this capital to be able to work deals. So it just set themselves up to be able to strike, and this is the time to do it.
And look, let's face it, this is the type of draft I think you get good players. I don't think this is the type of draft that you're looking to trade out. But overall, utilize those bad boys and go.
Wait, you got 2 picks in the top 10, 4 picks in the top 38, 9 picks overall. That's 9 opportunities to hit a bullseye, 9 opportunities to upgrade the roster, 9 chances to make these fans happy.
I feel like that the movie Braveheart, right? Where you've got Mel Gibson and he's just saying, hold, and that's what it's been for the Jets. They've been in this hold, and now this offseason, it's go time.
We had 23 DNs. Then we'll move the linebackers after that.
Let's roll.
All right, first up is
The NFL Draft. A process defined by debate.
He's got the best disruption rate of any of the guys we've talked about so far.
He's got the rare 35-inch arms. I thought he did a really good job jacking up offensive linemen.
A road paved with questions needing answers.
He learned from a lot of bad games in 2020. Very tough on himself, and he does have a deep desire to be great.
Hundreds of players scrutinized.
He is a straight-up alpha in the locker room and on the field, and nobody wants to mess with him.
Each trait magnified.
Yet has straight line burst, and with his long arm reach can affect the quarterback.
He has suddenness. He has some wiggle and looseness as a rusher. Good feet.
While the perfect prospect doesn't exist, the perfect match does.
He brings the speed, toughness, instincts that we want.
It's where conviction outweighs hope.
I love the length and his hand violence at the point of attack. Responsible kid, he has life skills, he's accountable.
And preference overpowers pride.
His instincts as a rusher and the length.
Right.
It'll win out.
Yeah.
It all leads to one moment. A call aimed at changing the trajectory of a franchise and launching the team to new heights.
Joe Douglas.
And the Jet fans are here in Forest. They're first on the clock.
With as many choices as the Jets have, you take the people you need right now.
I don't think they will because I believe John Fox.
What happened? Wait a minute. What happened? The Jet fans are just exploded because a trade did just, in fact, take place.
The pick is in. There's 4 balconies here. 1 level and 3 balconies. Everybody on their feet for the Jets pick here in the 2006 draft. I feel like the season started already.
He's a little high cut, but this is an instinctive player with a knack for making plays in the run game or pass.
If everything does come together for him, what's his ceiling?
I think this kid's got some that's gonna stick.
Look at that effort! Drops! Thibodeau! It's picked off! That's Gardner! Steps up, sacked again. Aiden Hutchinson, man, laying out and caught! There's wide open Dotson! Here's Breece Hall, looking for history!
The Jets select Sean Ellis, John Abraham, quarterback Chad Pennington, Anthony Beck.
The New York Jets select DeBrickashaw Ferguson, Nick Mangold.
The New York Jets select Darrell Revis,
Zach Wilson, Elijah Vera Tucker,
Michael Carter.
Let the debate begin. Coming this season on Flight 2022.
With all the picks they have, with all the salary cap space they have, there's a chance to make some noise here.
I asked Brick and Robert right now before we get going what they thought our biggest needs on defense were after free agency.
Understands exactly when it comes to crunch time, how can you take all that information to make the best decision for the organization.
I think that Robert Saleh's energy is just contagious, and that is such an important part of building a winner.
Because here's fact, all right? We're going to start the story of the 2022 season today.
They all have passion, they all have energy, they all have love of the game.
Welcome to New York.
It's bigger than just me. It's bigger than just my family. It's about the Jets. That's all that matters.
All those other things say first-round pick to me, but this is where you say, like, top 5 pick.
Nick, you think we'd be able to get 2 tight ends?
It's been fun watching you play, man. Joe's won 3 Super Bowl championships, so he knows what it takes to win.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing, bro? I guess trade up to get me.
I was like, all right.